Okay, we are now live and on the record for Tuesday afternoon's criminal docket for March 29, 2022. Mr. De Luna, what do you have, sir?
So they have State of Texas versus Juan Jesus Perea. There's two cases, CR 21, 13715 and 13716.
Okay, and what number are those?
I apologize.
20 and 21, Your Honor.
Okay. And is Mr. Perea still in custody?
He is judge, and he pled out to a felony, and these cases were supposed to be dismissed as part of the felony as per the felony plea. I'm not really sure why they're still showing up.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, which cases are you showing should have been dismissed?
1 second, Your Honor.
And just so the court is aware, the one that made that wreck in the felony court was Mr. Juan Bazan. I think they might be in trial, but I sent him a text that if he could, he said he was going to get a hold of the, back when we did the plea about a week or 2 weeks ago, he said he was going to get a hold of the misdemeanor prosecutors. I sent him a text this morning if he could call me, but I'm sure he's busy with that trial right now. He was given, if I'm not mistaken, Judge, he was given 2 years TDC.
I have 3 misdemeanors on the docket. Was it your understanding, Mr. De Luna, that all 3 would be dismissed as part of the felony plea?
Yes, Judge. When we did the felony plea, Mr. Bassam specifically said that he was going to get a hold of the misdemeanor prosecutors because he was going to be dismissing all misdemeanors that Mr. Perea had, because it wasn't a probation rec, it was a jail time rec, a TDC rec on that felony case. The felony case was out of the 93rd.
And what's the CR number of the felony case?
Judge, I have a MA.
Yes.
CR 032122B. And then there's another one as well. It's CR 394809B. And Your Honor, number 22, it was the court's mistake, Judge. It's the same case as number 20. So it's 2 cases. I apologize.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm not saying that it was supposed to be dismissed. This is a DWI. Typically, DWIs do not get dismissed. I've sent open plea paperwork to Chris Cavazos for him to at least sign him up to the time served recommendation.
Okay, well, were you substituting in, Mr. De Luna, on Mr. Cavazos on those 2 cases?
Judge, every appearance that Mr. Perea's made, I've been taking care of, and Mr. Cavazos knows about that also. I remember making contact with Mr. Cavazos at the time. That's probably why he's not logged in, because I've always been showed as the attorney of record on the case.
Okay, because for some reason it has him on here. Well, can you see the plea paperwork on the felony?
Yes, Your Honor, I can. And there's no mention of the misdemeanor DWI being dismissed.
Is there a mention of the failure to identify being dismissed?
No, Your Honor, there isn't, but that was my recommendation made to defense counsel. A plea to the felony, we would dismiss the fail to ID.
Okay, well, I think you need to get a hold of Mr. Bassan so y'all can be on the same page, but if the paperwork that he signed on that felony, recommendation didn't include these 2, then it was either an oversight but something needs to be done in order to have these 2 dismissed if that was the agreement. So if he's in trial, then I'll go ahead and give you a short reset. And then that way you can get it. It will just come back on April the 5th. Unless, I don't know. Yeah, April 5th at 1:30 is my next jail docket.
Judge, if I may.
Okay.
Your Honor, the Sheriff's Department did send us an email, Judge, that Mr. Perea was going to be sent to TDC this Wednesday, which would be tomorrow. I'm not sure if Your Honor would like to sign an order. I'm not sure if they'll honor it in keeping him there.
Well, we can certainly try. I mean, we can sign an order to that effect, but I can't dismiss these two without getting verification from the DA's office, and unless you all get it before the end of the docket. But we have a very short docket today.
And Your Honor, plea paperwork was sent to Mr. De Luna on March 17th.
Okay, but
I'm not denying the fact, Judge, whether plea paperwork was sent or not. I completely agree with Mr. Lozano that he sent it, but the whole point was that when we made the recommendation on the felony court, Mr. Bazan specifically said that all misdemeanor cases would be dismissed as part of the plea. Now,
But
if
when-
that's a mistake between him and Mr. Lozano, then, like I said, I sent Mr. Bazan a text and asked him if he could please give me a call.
okay, but when you signed him up on the felony, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
And when you reviewed the paperwork on the felony, did you see on there that they were dismissing these two, or were they gonna be added after the fact, or?
They put it on the record, Judge, when we had the felony plea. And he,
So if they put it on the record and what you're stating is the paperwork doesn't match to what was put on the record.
yeah, it was, Judge, and like I said, I'm sure that, I mean, if he's getting a TDC time, Judge Rick, if they want to go and do a time break on this one, it's fine, Judge. I'm just saying that what was told to me when we did the plea was that all the misdemeanors were going to be dismissed as part of the plea, and that Mr. Bazan specifically said he was going to talk to the misdemeanor prosecutors on that. If their position is that they want to keep it as a, you know, if they're not going to honor that and do a, you know, want them to plead to time served, then that's something I'll definitely talk to my client about. But that was the whole reason why we tried to get all the cases dismissed, and we thought that that's the reason TDC wants him on Wednesday, because they had already been waiting on him, because the judge had said that all the cases were going to, I mean, everything was disposed of the day that we did the plea about 2 weeks ago. And that's why I'm sure the TDC is asking about picking him up on Wednesday, because everything was supposed to be done.
Well, Mr. Lozano, you need to find out, because we have until tomorrow. I mean, I'll sign it to keep them, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna honor it.
That's fine, Your Honor. The paperwork doesn't say that the misdemeanors were going to be dismissed. It's our office policy that we don't dismiss DWIs. We at least get a time served recommendation. So I'll go ahead and contact Mr. Bazan after docket and get some clarification on these issues.
Okay, well, for right now, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and sign off on it. I'll authorize my staff to use my stamp. And also for right now, we'll have them set for April the 5th at 1:30. If we get it clarified before then we'll take care of it before then.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
That's all.
all
I have.
right, so we'll go ahead and wait for that. All right,
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May we excuse?
yes, you may.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Arredondo?
Good evening, Judge. I have Julius Dwayne Ramon. He's in custody, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Ramon? Okay, and what number is that?
That's number 23 and 24 on your dockets.
Okay. CR 21-07598-I, CR 21-07597-I, and what is your announcement?
Judge, my client has the felony set for April the 13th, Judge. I'm not sure if this court can give us a May setting, Judge, so we can work out the felony. The initial record of the felony was 15 years, Judge.
Okay. So you want a May setting?
Please, Judge.
Okay, May 3rd, 10th, or 17th?
17th works, Judge. May 17th.
Okay. So May 17th at 1:30, sorry.
Thank you, Judge. And
Okay,
that's all
anything
I have.
else?
That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you, Judge. Nice seeing you. Have yourself a great day.
Likewise.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Galvan?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I have a jail arraignment, Jason Chavez.
Okay, Mr. Chavez, can you please bring Mr. Chavez to the camera?
And Your Honor, I don't believe the sheriff's deputies will have him. My understanding is he is in federal custody in La Villa.
Okay,
Is that correct, Jail?
Yes, he's not on my list.
okay. So then how much time do you think, or do you know what's going to happen in his federal case?
Your Honor, I do not. He was on supervised release. There was a revocation that was filed. I believe he's got court coming up within the next month. I don't know if the court would like to call his name 3 times and maybe issue an ISI so that he can be brought back from federal custody, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that case.
Yeah, they haven't been doing that on the misdemeanors. So what we'll do is I'll just set him out and let us know if he does come back this way. So we can go ahead and just set him for June the 7th at 1:30.
June 7th at 1:30.
Yes, and if for some reason you hear something sooner, just let us know.
Will do, Your Honor. That's all I have this afternoon. May I be excused?
Yes,
Have a great day.
thank you likewise. Okay, Mr. Ramos?
Good afternoon, Judge. I'm here on number 27, Manuel Antonio Trevino. He's in custody, Judge.
Okay, CR 20-03255-I, Manuel Antonio Trevino, Deputy.
On his way, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Judge, on this case, I had filed a motion to withdraw because we had lost contact with him for quite some time. He's got another pending felony, a POCS. And just so happened to, in the meantime, Judge, in the past week or so, he got picked up on a theft. So this is the first contact I've had with him in quite some time. But I would ask the court still grant the motion to withdraw. I'm not on the appointment wheel anymore, Judge.
Oh,
The theft has already been filed under CR 22-2968I. And on that case, he was appointed the public defender, Judge. I think it would be more efficient for the court as well as for Mr. Trevino. It'd be better for him if he was represented by same counsel for continuity of representation.
okay, so the court will grant your motion to withdraw and appoint the public defender's office on this case.
Yes, Judge. And like I said, I'll say it again for the record. It's CR 22-2968I is the one, the theft case that the public defenders has, Judge.
Yes, I got it.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, any
Judge.
other case?
That's all I have, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You.
Okay, Mr. Ortegon, what do you have?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm here on number 7 through 9 on the court's docket, Judge. The state of Texas versus Jose Luis Hernandez.
Okay, Deputy, do you have Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am. He's in law.
CR 21-08429-I, CR 21-08430-I, and CR 21-08431-I. State of Texas versus Jose Luis Hernandez. And what is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, the short and sweet on this one is he does have pending felonies. The state is requesting time, but we're still in negotiations with the state. We don't want to accept time, Your Honor. So we do need a little more time in here, Judge,
Okay,
with this court's permission.
do you know when he's set next on his felony?
I don't have that in front of me, Your Honor, but I could look it up really quick.
Well, that's
It-
fine.
It
Go
would be
ahead.
March 30th, Your Honor.
Oh, okay,
Tomorrow.
all right. Okay, do you want an April setting or a May setting?
Judge, I can do an April setting if it's, I will, basically, I'm going to be gone the last week of April and the first 2 weeks of May. So I don't know if you want a late May or an early mid-April. Either of those work with me, Judge. Like I said, we're having a hard time with the state on the felony case.
Okay, May 24th?
May, that's perfect, Your Honor.
Okay, May 24th at 1:30.
We're on it. Thank you, Judge. Mr. Hernandez, we're still working on your case, sir. We'll be in communication. That's all I have, Your Honor. I don't know if anybody has made the announcement for Lucia Regalado or if she got it reset, Judge. She did ask me to stand in for her earlier today, but I haven't gotten her to confirm it. But she is preparing for a trial. She's picking a jury tomorrow on cases 2 through 4, Your Honor. I don't know if this honorable court has gotten anything from her. If not, I mean, if I can respectfully request more time on her behalf, Judge.
Okay, I'm not sure. Mr. Lopez, are you here appearing on behalf of Ms. Regalado?
Yes, good afternoon, Judge.
Okay,
Okay,
Your Honor.
well, I can, if you want, I'll let Mr. Ortegon do it since you're driving.
I will pull over. I was just leaving the jail right now, so I'm gonna pull over right now, Your Honor.
Okay, well, he's gonna take care of her cases. Thank you for offering though, Mr. Ortegon.
Thank you. No problem at all, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, can I have Urban Crisante, Crisante. Do you have him on your list?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I don't think they were able to bring him over, Mr. Lopez.
Okay, Judge. Yeah, she was requesting more time, Your Honor. I believe that he has a pending indictment on felony cases as well, Judge. So she was requesting time for these cases as well.
Okay, we'll do May 24th at 1:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Yes.
he is not incarcerated anymore, Your Honor. He was released on the 19th
Oh,
of March.
okay. So he's not, then he's just not presenting himself. Do you know if he knew of today's setting?
I'm not aware, Judge. My understanding was that he was in jail, that he was in custody still. And I was to make that announcement as far as the felony offenses were concerned and requesting more
Okay.
time.
Well, let her know that he was released on March the 19th. I'll go ahead and stay with the May 24th, and it'll be a 9:30 then, since he's out. And then
Yes,
if she can get waivers of arraignment, I'll go ahead and accept them.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Anything else?
Not on behalf of Ms. Regalado, Judge, but I have a jail case.
Okay.
Your Honor, I believe it's number 14.
What's the name of the defendant?
Unless it's number 17. Felix Macario.
Yes, number 17, CR 16-12045-I. Mr. Macario, is he present?
Yes, Your Honor, he is going to be a Spanish speaker.
Okay. And what is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, in this case, Judge, this is a very old case. Mr. Macario was, I guess he was deported back in 2016. He's back, Judge. I've discussed this case with the state. We have an alleged victim that is Mr. Macario's aunt, I believe, who is either not cooperating, not around. No one has any contact information for her, Judge. So what we're requesting is a bench trial, Your Honor, to see if the state is able to bring her in. But my understanding is that she's nowhere to be found at this time.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, any objection to the bench trial?
No objection, Your Honor. State consents to a bench trial.
Okay, Ms. Rivera, when would that be?
Judge, we do have a jail case. I'm not sure if it would be too short of a notice. We do have a jail case coming in next Thursday for a motion to suppress. I'm not sure if we could use that date or we could push it out, Judge, into May. I'm not sure how much time the state would.
Mr. Lozano, how much time would you need in trying to locate and properly serve her?
2 weeks, Your Honor, at least.
Okay, at least 2 weeks, yeah.
Yes.
We can do April the 21st, Your Honor, at 1:30.
Okay, April 21st, I'm sorry, at 1:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing further?
Okay, Ms. Castaneda, can you please let Mr. Macario know that he'll come back on April the 21st at 1:30 for that bench trial?
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Just for clarification, was it going to be via Zoom or in person? That date is for in person.
No, well, that's the date you gave me at 1:30, so I assumed you were doing it in person.
Yes, ma'am, it's in person. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, okay. Do we have a jail case already coming in that day?
No, Your Honor, but I'm sure the jail will accommodate us.
Okay.
Okay. Señor Macario, su próxima corte va a ser el 21 de abril a la 1:30 de la tarde para su juicio sin jurado.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, if nothing further, Mr. Lopez, then you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day.
Okay, thank you. You too. Mr. Alanis, what do you have?
Your Honor, I have two cases. The first is Adrian Zavala. He's number 28 on the docket.
Okay, CR 2008-600-I, Adrian Zavala. Deputy, do you have Adrian Zavala?
Your Honor, he's in federal custody.
Okay.
Judge, that's correct. He's going to be working out his plea over there.
Do you know if he has a setting over there yet?
Judge, I do not know if he has a setting, but I know he also has a pending motion to revoke in the 139th for tomorrow morning.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set him out, Mr. Alanis, just so
Yes.
that, just let us know if you have any information sooner, okay? So I'm gonna put him for June the 7th,
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
and that'll be at 1:30.
Yes, Your Honor. And the
Okay,
second
anything
case,
else?
number 16 on today's docket, Mr. Pedro Elias Lucio.
Okay, so that's CR 21-10759-I. Pedro Elias Lucio, Deputy, do you have him?
Yes, Your Honor, he's gonna be a Spanish speaker.
Okay, and what is your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, we'd like to ask for additional time, Your Honor. He has a pending case in the 464th for robbery, Judge. So we're working on that case.
Okay, and how much time are you requesting?
Judge, if we can have us, I think we're supposed to go back in about 2 weeks, so we can have 3 weeks, Your Honor.
April 26th
Thank you, Your Honor.
at 1:30. Ms. Castañeda, please let him know that he has a felony pending, so he'll come back on April 26th at 1:30.
Señor Lucio tiene una felonía pendiente, so su próxima corte aquí va a ser el día 26 de abril a la 1:30 de la tarde.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
very much, Your Honor. That's all I have. May I be excused?
yes, you may.
Stay safe, Your Honor.
Thank you, likewise. Okay, Mr. Maldonado, can you hear me?
Good afternoon, Judge. This is Andrew Perez with the Law Office of Santos Maldonado. He's actually currently in court with Judge Homer Hassel. We're asking if we can recall these cases towards the end of the docket, please.
Okay, well, we're at the end of the docket.
Oh,
So
okay.
let me just do a little bit of housekeeping, but
Okay.
stay there and we'll work it out somehow, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, no problem. Okay, so number 5 and number 6, that's Sergio David Cuellar. Did he end up having an attorney after all?
Let me just,
Present, Your Honor.
Judge, that is Santos Maldonado's client. Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna recall him shortly. And then what about number 10?
On number 10, Judge.
Deputy, do you have Obispo, Obispo Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, I do know that Mr. Tijerina did call requesting a rate reset after the links have been sent. I know that our office did advise him about the shortage, and he was to communicate to see whether or not his defendant was in Brooks County, but however, he's not. He does have a felony case, which is CR 253220J, and that is set for the 6th of April, Your Honor. But we did advise Mr. Tijerina to make the announcement.
Okay, we'll have him come back on April the 12th at 1:30. He'll come back on April 12th at 1:30, Deputy. Okay, so CR 22-02720-I, CR 22-02721-I, CR 22-02722-I, CR 21-03528-I, and CR 20-06987-I, Hugh Garrett Johnson.
He's present, Your Honor.
Okay, have we heard from Ms. Morales Martinez?
No, Judge, we have not, and I do know that his felony CR 140821G is set on the 4th of April. But we have not heard from her, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll have him come back on April the 12th at 1:30.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, we'll see you on April 12th at 1:30. Okay, I have CR 20-08-533-I, CR 20-08-532-I, Heriberto Vega Montes, Montez. Does he have an attorney?
Give me 1 second here.
He's present, Your Honor.
Okay, and does he have an attorney assigned to him?
No, Judge, he does not. I know previously in his felony case, Sonny Palacios was appointed to him on his felony case, and his last sitting was this morning or this afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay, so is Mr. Palacios, I'm sorry, on the wheel?
Yes, Judge, he is.
Okay, go ahead and appoint him on these two so he can take care of all of them together.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Montes, we're gonna appoint Mr. Palacios so that he can take care of your felony and misdemeanors.
Today?
Well, I don't know when he's going to take care of them, but we're gonna appoint him today.
Or else another suggestion that I had, that my mom didn't want to get me out, and the bond is too high. Maybe you could try to lower it, because I've been here 300 days.
Okay, but do you have a felony that's pending that has that bond? So I would have your family speak to him about it.
Yeah, because they had put 30,000 and 30,000, and that was 10 months ago, and by this time it's supposed to be like $1,000 or 10,000, right? If you go 150 a day.
No, sir, on my cases that are in my court, you have PR bonds. That has nothing to do with me.
Okay, PR bond.
Yes, so you have those cases with the felony court. The felony court is the one that has that situation. So he needs to talk to those people, the felony court.
Okay.
So have your family contact him and see if they can do a bond reduction.
Okay, who can I contact, please?
Well, your attorney on that is showing it's Sonny Palacios.
Sonny Palacios, or?
Yes. Okay?
All right.
Okay, then on these cases, since you have that pending over there, we'll give Mr. Palacios an opportunity to get in touch with you on these. So you'll come back on April the 26th at 1:30. Okay. I have CR 22-00134-I, CR 22-00135-I, Francisco Robles.
He's present, Your Honor.
Okay. Have we heard from his attorney of record?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Does Mr. Robles have any felonies that are pending?
Your Honor, I'm seeing them as bench warrants or fugitive warrants.
They're out of Harris County, Your Honor.
Oh. Mr. Robles, do you speak English?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, has Mr. Munoz, have you been in contact with Mr. Munoz, your attorney?
No, not for months.
Was Mr. Munoz appointed on this matter?
That's correct.
Yes.
When was the last time that you spoke to him?
January.
Who's next on the wheel?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second. Judge, it's Nereida Morales Martinez, Your Honor.
Okay, but she didn't show up to her hearing today either. So who's next after her?
We have Rudy Santiago Moreno, Your Honor.
Okay. Your new attorney is going to be Rudy Moreno, Mr. Rudy Moreno, and he'll get in touch with you. I'll give him some time. And we'll have you come back on April the 26th. If he wants it sooner, he'll let me know, okay?
Ma'am.
It'll be April 26th at 1:30. Okay, Mr. Jackson, it's CR 1915586-I, CR 20-02782-I, Marco Antonio Mendiola. Mr. Mendiola is present.
Yes, Your Honor, we are signed up, ready for a plea. I believe all the paperwork should be there with Mr. Lozano.
No, Your Honor, I don't have any paperwork.
Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. We have it all. I thought my staff had forwarded over. We have everything already filled out and his fingerprints and everything else taken care of. So,
Was it e-filed?
I believe so, Your Honor. And if not, then it's on me, and I would respectfully just request a day so we can, or two, to get it all taken care of at your next plea date. My apologies, but we do have everything already signed up.
Mr. Mendiola is out of town, right, Mr. Mendiola?
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Okay.
still in Louisiana.
All right. Then the next setting that I have for pleas via Zoom, it's April 5th at 1:30. If you can get that e-filed and sent over, and that way it'll be ready to plea him out on that date.
Yes, and again, my apologies, Your Honor. I thought it had been, but it happens.
Okay, so just go ahead and get that in, and we'll see you April 5th at 1:30 via Zoom.
Your Honor, it's always a pleasure being before the best county court that we have in this county. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care, Mr. Mendiola. Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
You have a wonderful day, Judge.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Mr. Ruiz, your attorney is waiting in the courthouse for a jury verdict. So he's been in trial. However, let me go ahead. I know that you, it is CR 20-06-146-I, Belinda Ruiz. Mr. Lozano, was Mr. Hector Ruiz going to be present for victim testimony?
You should, Your Honor, if the court could call him. I did send him the Zoom link yesterday.
Okay, Mr. Hector Ruiz, is that you under H. Ruiz? Okay. Now, let me see if my staff can just text Mr. Martinez if he can be present. We have a computer ready for him at our office. And if not, we'll ask him for permission if we can just take the victim testimony. Okay? Now, was number 33 inadvertently also placed on our afternoon docket, or is that a different case than this morning?
It was inadvertently there, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I think it's a different case.
Narciso Cantu?
It's the same person, but it's a different case because the other one was possession of controlled substance with a penalty group 3, less than 28 grams. And this one's possession of marijuana.
You are correct, Your Honor.
Oh, so he has a felony status. All right. We'll go ahead and give him the same date of June 7th. We'll do it at 9:30 since he's already going to be there. We'll keep the cases together.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Deputy, who do you have that's still with you? Just Sergio Cuellar?
Yes, Your Honor, that's him.
Okay. Mr. Maldonado is logging in. If you can please bring him to the camera. All right, CR 1809952-I, CR 1913832-I, Sergio David Cuellar. Mr. Maldonado, can you hear me?
Your Honor, Santos Maldonado representing Mr. Cuellar.
Okay, what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, we filed two motions on two separate cases, or one motion for each case, excuse me, that's a better way to describe it. Where a motion is set bond. My client has two cases there, case number 189952I and 1913832I, Judge. We're asking the court, yes, we're asking the court to consider setting a bond. There's a motion to revoke probation in both of them, Judge.
Okay, what is the state's announcement?
Your Honor, the state can agree to a 2,000 cash surety bond with the conditions of AIP, mobile alcohol monitoring device, and for the defendant not to have any firearms or ammunition during the pendency of their bond.
Okay. The court is inclined to grant that. So, Mr. Maldonado, I can set him at a cash surety of 2,000 on each with AIP conditions and also an alcohol monitoring device that he needs to get within 48 business hours of his release.
Okay, will that be a portable device, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Okay.
acceptable for us.
All right. Then we'll
Thank you,
go
Judge,
ahead
for the court's
and do that.
consideration.
All right. Okay. Mr. Cuellar, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Maldonado?
Nothing else, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, bye.
Wait, wasn't he doing
Yes, Your Honor. he
number
has-
29 and 30?
Yes, ma'am. Let me,
Mr. Perez, can you hear me?
Your Honor, it's the first gentleman will be excused.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your service.
Have a good afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Martinez, let me go ahead and recall your case. That's CR 20-6-146-I, State of Texas versus Belinda Gonzalez Ruiz. The alleged victim, Hector Ruiz, is present and ready for victim testimony. Can we proceed?
Yes, ma'am, please.
All right, Mr. Ruiz, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Lozano, you may proceed.
Could you please state your full name for the record?
Hector A. Ruiz, R-U-I-Z.
And what's your relationship with Belinda Gonzalez Ruiz?
I'm her husband.
And how long have you guys been together?
22 years.
Okay, and do you live in the same home?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell me what happened on April 19th, 2020, the day of the assault?
I caught her cheating on me with another gentleman, and I grabbed her computer and she had everything on there. And when I pulled it, it fell to the floor. And when it fell to the floor, I guess, the anger just got the best of her and she started hitting me, punching me, and I, was raised better than that. So I don't touch a woman. So my best thing I did was call the cops, because I didn't want no problems.
And is there Yes, sir. And is there a history of violence in your relationship with her?
No, sir. That's what was so weird. It was the first time ever.
And are you concerned about any future violent acts?
No, sir.
And have you filled out an affidavit of non-prosecution at the district attorney's office?
Yes, sir.
And nobody promised you anything or threatened you in any way to get you to sign the affidavit of non-prosecution?
No, sir, not at all.
Do you wish to drop the charges against Belinda Ruiz?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you understand that by dropping the charges, this case cannot be reopened in the future?
I understand, sir.
However, you do understand if another incident was to occur, you could open up a new case.
I understand, sir.
That's all we have, Your Honor. State passes the witness.
Okay, Mr. Martinez, any questions of Ms. Ruiz or
No.
Mr. Ruiz?
No questions, Judge. I believe all we have left to do is for Mr. Ruiz to complete the anger management class. The A&P has been done. Obviously, the testimony was done right now. If the court wants to give us a short recess, if I'm not mistaken, and Ms. Ruiz can correct me, I believe we've emailed the list of all the classes that are available, so she can just get on that.
Correct. I have made an appointment already.
Okay, do you have a date that you'll be starting those classes, Ms. Ruiz?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I was scheduled for today at 2:00. I thought my court date was earlier this morning, so I'd scheduled them for this afternoon, but we have rescheduled for tomorrow at 2:00 at New Leaf Services.
Okay, Then what I'm gonna do, since it'll be taken care of administratively, is I'll set a tickler for April the 22nd, just to see that she's already submitted the certificate to you and to the state. And then that we'll take care of it that way, Mr. Ruiz. So the court is going to accept your testimony as put on the record, and we'll just await your proof of taking that class, and then the paperwork to dismiss will be done administratively, okay? All right, so good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, you may.
Mr. Ruiz, as soon as you get that done, just email that certificate to the office and I'll get that to the state.
I have one quick question. Is there a certain amount of hours or?
It's an 8-hour class.
8-hour class. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Maldonado, I'm gonna call CR 21-12197-I, CR 21-12198-I. Javier Sanchez Zuniga. Is Mr. Zuniga present?
Your Honor, he is present in my office. Should be available by Zoom.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, there is a pending felony that has not been filed. So for that reason, we're asking for more time.
Okay, June the 7th at 9:30 will be a status hearing to see if it's already been indicted.
Okay, June 7th.
Your Honor,
Okay, yes.
we're pending waivers on these cases, Judge. He has not been arraigned, Your Honor.
Okay, do you want me to arraign him right now?
That's fine, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Zuniga, can you unmute? English speaking or Spanish speaking?
Spanish.
Okay, Ms. Castaneda, please have him raise his right hand.
Señor Zúñiga, por favor, levanta su mano derecha.
Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Jura que el testimonio que está a punto de dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Juro.
I swear.
Okay, have him put his hand down.
¿Puede bajar su mano?
In CR 21-12197-I, CR 21-12198-I, State of Texas versus Javier Sanchez Zuniga, is that your true and correct name, sir?
En el estado de Texas contra Javier Sánchez Zúñiga, ¿ese es su nombre correcto y verdadero?
Sí.
Yes.
You're being charged with indecent exposure, a Class B misdemeanor, and resisting arrest, search, or transport, a Class A misdemeanor.
Tiene usted un cargo de exposición indecente, una ofensa menor clase B y un resistir el arresto, una ofensa menor clase A.
A Class A misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine upon conviction.
Una ofensa menor clase A tiene una multa potencial de hasta 1 año en la cárcel del condado de Hidalgo y una multa de hasta $4,000 por convicción.
A Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction.
Y una ofensa menor clase B tiene una multa potencial de hasta 6 meses en la cárcel del condado de Hidalgo y una multa de hasta $2,000 por convicción.
Do you understand the range of punishment that you can receive for the offenses of which you are charged?
¿Entiende usted el rango de castigo que puede recibir por los delitos que está acusado?
Sí, sí entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
¿Alguna corte lo ha declarado mentalmente incompetente, loco o demente?
No.
No.
Counselor, in speaking with your client, do you find him to be mentally competent and able to assist you in his own defense?
I do. Mr. Zuniga is competent. He would enter pleas and not guilty, Judge.
The court will find that Mr. Zuniga is competent, able to assist his attorney in his own defense, and accepts his pleas of not guilty on each of those offenses. So we'll come back on June the 7th at 9:30 to see if the felony has already been filed and indicted. Okay?
Thank you, Judge. That's all we have.
Okay, Ms. Castaneda, let him know that his next court date is June 7th at 9:30.
Señor Zúñiga, su próxima corte es el día 7 de junio a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Está bien, gracias.
That's fine, thank you.
He's excused.
Se puede retirar.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Okay, that concludes this afternoon's docket. We are now off the